I have a theory on why. Okay, are you laughing at me?
I am.
You're laughing at me? Okay.
No, I'm listening.
Okay, you always do. Thank you. I have a theory on why these stories get better and better every year. And I think it's social media. I think that the generation who are now parents grew up on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, and they're used to having a microphone and a camera, and they're used to making videos, and when there is a microphone there, they understand why they're there. And I truly believe that it's almost in a weird way, like the whole entire generation who we talk to now, who are parents, I think they're better able to articulate their stories, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
I don't know if the stories are also better. Maybe it's because of the incredible advancements that have been made, and the outcomes are better, and maybe that's why the stories seem better. But all I know is that, and I genuinely mean this, every year it seems like, well, these were the best stories we ever had.
Yeah.
Like, and again, this year, these were the best stories we ever had. Peggy Troy joins us now, the president and CEO of Children's Wisconsin. Peggy, thank you for having us. Thank you for all the effort that the hospital puts in. And thank you for running this place, because this place is truly magical. It really is.
We talk about the Mount Rushmore of Milwaukee, and Children's would be right there, front and center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can't thank you enough, because you are able to bring these many, many stories alive every single year and really allow our families and the kids tell their stories so that your listening audience understands what we do, how we do it, and why we are such an amazing organization, because of the teams of people that we have here. And you've heard the stories about what really does, the magic that happens here every single day. So we cannot thank you enough for allowing us to tell the story through the eyes of the kids and the families.
So how many employees here at Children's?
We have 6,600 employees and 875 providers, doctors and PAs and things like that.
And how many volunteers typically would you say?
Over 1,000. But
Over
then when you
1,000.
think of the listening audience, it's endless,
Mhm.
because of the numbers of people who are willing to invest their time and treasure with this organization, because we couldn't be what we are today.
Mhm.
Because like you say, many of our services that are so important for the kids and the families are not paid for. And so it's you guys, the listening audience, and our myriad of volunteers that allow us to wrap ourselves around the families, and whatever need they have, we're ready to stand up and help them.
What are some of the things that, specifically some of the things that are not covered by insurance that philanthropy covers?
Well, so I'll give you a couple examples. Child Life. And when you think about the power of what they do, the play, you hear Sean talk about what he does here when he comes and works with our hematology oncology unit, with coloring and arts and crafts and all the things to bring that really wonderfulness to the kids. Those things are not reimbursed. When you think a lot of what we do in mental and behavioral health today are not reimbursed, but it's so important, because kids can't thrive unless they're mentally healthy along with their physical health. So many of those things, and while some of it's covered, a lot of it's not covered fully. So we have to use philanthropy to make up for what doesn't get fully paid for, because our doors are open to everybody, and it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from or what your need is. We're going to take care of you, and in order to do that, we're going to have help.
And that's why I stress that the money that's being donated stays here in Wisconsin and helps this place.
It stays right here in Wisconsin. And the other important thing to know is we're in 50 locations
Right.
in Wisconsin.
Not just in Wauwatosa.
No,
Right.
because we really believe we need to bring care closer to home. So when you look at a heat map across the state, you will see that whether it's northwestern Wisconsin, northeastern Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, whatever, we've got programs and services there. So families don't always have to travel to Milwaukee to get the very best care. We're in schools, we have mental health workers in schools, school nurses, et cetera, to make sure that they get the value of what we're able to offer.
You talked about mental health. The statistics are shocking.
They're shocking.
Yeah.
They're shocking.
Let's speak to that.
Well, so, one shocking statistic for people to know is that we have one of the highest teen suicide rates in the country. And now, one of the things we do in our emergency department that I'm very proud of is that we screen all kids 10 and older with an iPad that the kids themselves, actually fill out. And I can tell you that we have kids that come here for broken bones and all sorts of things and screen positive for suicide.
Yeah.
In fact, last year was about 6,000 of the 72,000, and many times their parents don't know that.
6,000 of the 72,000?
Screen positive, where we had to at least start to work on some level of intervention to make sure that these kids are safe and get the services that they need to prevent. So our whole program, for the most part, in mental behavioral health is prevention. You can diagnose anxiety and depression in little kids, 18 months, 2 years old. So we've embedded primary care in our primary care offices, 22 locations, mental health workers, so that as kids are having tantrums or parents are frustrated or whatever, you can get immediate care right there in that primary care office. You don't have to wait. And I'm convinced that early intervention and what we're doing for these kids is going to change the trajectory.
Save lives.
Yeah, we also have a walk-in clinic here in Kenosha. We'll open up a couple more where, like you would with an ear infection or whatever, you can walk in if you're worried about something's not right with my kid, bad day at school, whatever, I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because again, as I'll always say, there's no such thing as good overall health unless you have good mental health, social health, medical health, and dental health. That's the full continuum, and there's a lot we need to do in those spaces with food instability, which we screen kids now for food instability. You'd be surprised the number of families that are hungry. We screen for housing, because housing is one of the number one factors that can lead to poor health outcomes. And in our health plan, we screen for that and help people with housing. So again, the myriad of things we do beyond the very best medical care, no families ever have to leave the state of Wisconsin to get the top medical care. All these other things matter in a kid's life to make sure that they can grow up healthy, well, resilient, and be successful, like you guys.
Yeah.
And there are all these spaces that, that needed covering, that children's covers. And so many of them are not covered by anything but philanthropy.
Exactly. I mean, our food program, yeah, we need help with that. Now, we do refer to food banks and things like that, but those are the things that are just not going to be covered. I don't think they're ever going to be covered. And so, but we feel that those resources are so important in how we are able to care for kids and families that we're going to offer it, but we have to count on the community to help us do that.
Right.
Because everybody wants the kids to grow up healthy, resilient, and be productive citizens that give back.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Well, thank you, Dave and Doreen. I cannot thank you enough. I listen to the stories. You bring them alive. You bring such passion and energy to it. And Dave, 26 years, $29 million. You have so much to be proud of.
Thank you.
And Doreen, we're so grateful that you joined the team, and you've just been amazing. Our team is so proud to work with you, to work with KLH and your listening audience, and we feel it's a privilege to be able to host these couple of days so that we can tell the story, have the families tell the story, so people understand that it's really important that they help us.
Thank you so much, Peggy.
Thank you.
And congratulations on running such an amazing place.
Yeah.
Peggy Troy, CEO, President of Children's. We're in the final countdown here. We're only going to 5 o'clock. Your money is being tripled